Alright, what's up everybody, and welcome to the first episode of this podcast. Welcome to Rave Heat.
Rave heat in this motherfucker. 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 Rave heat taking over the game. We got the visionary wheels, vision scary. Take the whole world and leave the rest. Take the whole world and leave the rest. Rave heat taking over the game. We got the visionary wheels, vision scary. Take the whole world and leave the rest. Take the whole world and leave the rest. Rave heat. Rave heat.
Alright, so Rave Heat is kind of like my spin on a rave brand from Street Heat, which is a multi-genre music platform, which I'm really proud of. But because Street Heat has quite a varied audience, I'd like to keep that separate, and I'd like to bring in a rave audience into Rave Heat. So it's going to be a podcast here. We're going to mainly focus on behind the scenes kind of things, so like interviews, setups, builds, takedowns, meeting people on site, that kind of thing. We're going to go behind the scenes of the rave scene and try and bring you what it really takes to build a rave scene and what it takes to run big events, smaller events, festivals, all that kind of stuff. That is what Rave Heat is going to be focused on. I hope you guys enjoy the journey. But yeah, Rave Heat are here. Alright, so let's talk about my rave history a little bit. So the first rave I ever filmed was the Low Down in the Shadows event in Bristol. TRIGGA D, BASSMAN, LOGAN D started the Low Down in the Shadows movement, and I was hired by a woman called Lakota at Lakota, Bristol to film the debut event. Massive for me. At the time I didn't really know how big it was because I was new to the rave scene, new to drum and bass, new to all that kind of stuff, so I didn't really know how big the opportunity was. But when I look back, I started off in raves in a really, really big way. And this is back in November 2018, I believe. Check out the video, man. Yeah, so that was my first ever rave, man. I really enjoyed that. Actually, I had a lot of fun there. Got to meet a lot of drum and bass royalty at that time, but also to me this was bigger at the time. I met JASMINE and Dimson properly. I've met them before, but not in a working sense, and I got to work with them and film them in the club, and that was big to me. I also got to work with a guy called Basha. Me and Basha have been friends for years, so I sort of know him from a different area in the UK, but I got to film him too, and I said just a bunch of people. That lineup was insane. That was one of the craziest lineups I've worked with in the drum and bass scene. And what a way to start out, right? What a way to start out in the drum and bass scene by doing something like that. Absolutely mental. Low Down in the Shadows debut in Bristol, that absolutely mental. And the fact that I worked with Logan D as well, that's mad when you really think about it. Absolutely mental. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Alright, so technically this wasn't a rave, this next one. This was actually a festival. So this time I was considering giving up videography. Things weren't going very well, bookings wise. I got myself a job in a warehouse and was just kind of doing my thing. And then I saw my buddy Smoke Loud put out a post on Facebook saying they were looking for a videographer to join them for 7 days in Boardmasters. And now a bunch of the more popular videographers in Bristol were tagged, and I assumed one of them would get the job. But I just left a comment saying, if you need me, hit me up. And within seconds he did. He was like, I was hoping you were going to comment. And he's like, are you free? And he gave me the dates, and I was like, yeah, I'm free, what are we doing? Agreed to price. and literally within a couple of days, I was off the Boardmasters. Crazy, man. Boardmasters was a different experience. It really was. Like, for the first few days, so we were there for 7 days. First 3 days you're there to set up. So Monday to Wednesday, get your car in there, get your van in there, get your pitch sorted out, put up your gazebos, get your products out, all that kind of stuff. So we did all that on the Monday. Some people tend to take the Monday, the Tuesday, the Wednesday, depending how big their setup is. Obviously, you've got the stages, you've got the fairground rides, you've got people's pitches. Some pitches are huge, some pitches are kind of small. So, but we want to take advantage of the opportunity to have a bit of a holiday. So, from the Monday to the Wednesday, everything was set up on Monday, but we left the products in the van. Tuesday, we mainly just hung around in the town on the beach. I mean, when the lads hang out on the beach more than I did, I decided to go back to the festival. So I like to see behind the scenes. So I just wanted to film all the behind the scenes stuff and show the setup, show the building, all that kind of stuff. So I literally spent 3 days behind the scenes filming the setup of Boardmasters 2022. Check out some of this footage. If we're going to do the Boardmasters story, we have to talk about Laszlo, Mr. Topaz himself, Smoke Loud UK, or as we will call him, Smoke. This is one of the hardest working entrepreneurs you'll ever find from Bristol. Not only has he gone out there and set levels in the cannabis world, he's also set levels in the entrepreneur and pop-up shop world, attending pretty much every major festival that you can think of. He's been there, as well as many cannabis festivals too. When I show you a bit more about this story, you're going to really see how much effort he puts into setting up his stalls and the effort that goes into his brand. It isn't just pulling up, setting up and enjoying ourselves. There's a lot of work that goes into being a brand like this. And I'm proud to get to learn from a master like Laszlo. Alright, welcome to Camp RBR, Smoke Loud UK EV Clothing. We're here at Boardmasters, and this is day 2. During the second day wasn't overly exciting. We hung around in the town for a little bit. The lads got a bit bored and said they were going to go chill out on the beach, and I wanted to go back and chill out at the festival and film the rest of the setup. These are just some shots of the setup. I enjoy the setup because that's where I come from. I come from wrestling, I come from country western shows. I've always been behind the scenes, so I like to see that. So I also like to portray that in my media. And I think it's important to show behind the scenes and really show what it takes to create what these people come to enjoy and what people pay their money for. When Smoke got back, we basically just hung out at the tent. We finished getting everything set up and we drank until the next day. And we headed to bed. When it got dark, we got some sleep because we knew it was going to be a mental day the following morning. And when I say it was mental the next morning, it was mental the next morning. You see all those tents? It's 8:30 in the morning. So I'm heading up to camp, right? I've got up early, I'm thinking I'm going to go up there, make sure my batteries are charged, jump on my laptop real quick, do some reels, do some edits, and then I'm going to head out for the day and see what happens as the public arrive. The first thing I see when I'm walking up towards camp is just a sea of people and a sea of tents. I'm like, how is it this many people here this early in the morning when no one can even get in this festival till 3 p.m? So everyone's getting their final bits and pieces done, everyone's vibing out before the public come in. I decided to head out and check out the entrances. And boy, what I saw from there, just check out for yourself. So yeah, that was just the first couple of days filming the setup, going down to the town and checking everything out. That was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed getting to see Cornwall. I definitely really spent a lot of time in Cornwall before then. So that was a good experience for me. 7 days down there with the lads, just hanging out in the town and on the beach at the festival. It was great. So that was the setup. Now, again, I'm a big behind the scenes kind of guy. I love behind the scenes footage. So this video I'm about to show you now is when the public arrived. So this is what I made for Smoke Loud UK. Check out the video. This was on his website, this was on his Facebook, his Instagram, and this was a big video at the time. This is the crowd turning up at Boardmasters 2022.
Go. While going to the boys in Tobago, keep one eye open for the plane close. I need more leg room for the plane up. A share to the boys in Lagos, dialed it down when a man need favours. Transatlantic for me flavours, might chuck the chips down in Vegas.
Bonjour to the birds in France, voulez-vous coucher avec moi? One love when I'm in Jamaica, I bust Magnum when I wine and dance. German whip with a German stick and a German chick while I'm out in Maine. Play some meat out there in the beach chairs with the cheek airs out in Spain.
King Kong banging on my chest, I'm global, running up numbers, money man mogul. We don't chit chat, we ain't vocal, we shit packs out doing up postal. Shake hands with the locals, network and we don't mean social. Stepped out in Italian suede, I tell a man pray, go and tell he up total.
Now once upon a time I had dents in a rider, had zilch in the bank, then I broke down bricks to serve up in the night time. Now I'm Mr. Worldwide, wanna pull up outside girls, wanna jump into the car and ride. I must apologise, I don't really have time to chat and threaten eyes with a threatening mind.
Coming in, just touch down in Dublin, get cash back then double it, bubbling, car in a pot then shovel it, smuggling, pay for the jewels I'm covered in, going in, grabbing him, let's be having him. I just sparked a man's lights out allergen, then I boxed him up nice and packaged him, shipped a man next day like Amazon.
I just stepped out in Turkey.
So yeah, that was just them turning up. That was Wednesday evening. I believe the crowds were allowed in Wednesday at 4 o'clock, and then it was all over by the Wednesday, and obviously everyone went home Monday morning, I believe. So this next video is also from Boardmasters. This is from a place called Wax. So if you came off site, if you left down, went towards the beach, came off the cliff, everyone would do this. Like most mornings, you would see a lot of people, like a sea of people. In fact, I'll show you the footage. You would just see a sea of people walking down to the beach to go and tan up and go down to this place called Wax, which is a bar like during the day. And so obviously there's music all day at the festival, but the big acts don't really come down to the night. So during the day, most people, especially the younger people, would be down at Wax, and it was carnage down there. I spent 2 days down there getting to know the DJ and hanging out in his sets. So the footage you're gonna see from this Wax place is over 2 different days. Check this out, man. This place was insane. Then I got down and I found this place called Wax. Check out what Wax was all about.
I'll send an SOS to the world. I'll send an SOS to the world. I hope that someone gets mine. 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 Message in a bottle, yeah. I'll send an SOS to the world. I'll send an SOS to the world. I hope that someone gets mine. I hope that someone gets mine. I'll send an SOS to the world. I'll send an SOS to the world. I hope that someone gets mine. I hope that someone gets mine.
That place was mental, and arguably my very best visuals in 13 years. I mean, I argue against it. There are other places that I'm very proud of that may be a bit better, but when you look at it visually, the way it came out, the edit, the music, the way people look, the way it's all natural, quite possibly one of the best promo videos I've ever created, and I'm still very, very proud of that one. Alright, so another Boardmasters video. I swear we will move away from Boardmasters in a minute. This is an important part of my history in the rave scene. So this is when I really knew that I liked making crazy rave videos. Like this was madness. This really started why I wanted to cover raves all the time. So there was a tent called Unleashed. My God, Unleashed is literally as it's named. It's just unleashed. People go in there to go mental. So this is like your grime, your UK hardcore, your drum and bass, like even hip hop in there, just big bangers that make people want to dance around and move and go crazy. Unleashed was an insane tent, and I got to film People Just Do Nothing, the Corrupt FM team. I got to film them in there. That was a big highlight for me. I've always wanted to watch them live and everything, so that was the first time I saw them live, and I had my camera. I'm in the crowd just kind of filming it, and oh man, it was so cool, man. That's one of my favorite moments in history, is filming Corrupt FM at Boardmasters as well. But the Unleashed tent, man, the energy in there, like people would just go feral. People would lose their minds in there. Like as soon as a big tune dropped, they'd all go mental. People were doing big mosh pits in there. Like my talking isn't even doing it justice. Just watch this video.
Made it look the way. 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 Made it look the way.
So as you can imagine, I just had the craziest time ever at Boardmasters, man. What an experience. And yeah, I mean, there is a lot more footage than that, and there's a lot more moments than that, but those are like the main ones. I did shoot a documentary while I was there called Filming My First Festival. If you go on Recaps, Blogs and Reviews and check that out, my documentary's on YouTube, and it'll show you a bit more of the raw experience. Why there's a lot of unedited clips in there, as well as the montages and stuff like that, so I definitely go and check that out. But Boardmasters 2022, dude, that's when I knew I wanted to film events and raves and travel around the country, like staying on site or staying in hotels or whatever, filming events and artists and the people. Man, filming the people and the stalls and the food stuff and all that, that was the best bit. It wasn't even filming the artists or the raving bit. It was just the people enjoying the festival. That was the best part for me. I literally loved filming that festival. Alright, so from here, I ended up meeting a guy called DJ Big Beats. So I filmed Devlin in Bristol for a grime event that I think it was AFT Raps put on or something like that. But basically Devlin came to town, and DJ Big Beats is his DJ. Now DJ Big Beats is also a friend of my friend Tubby TV. Big shout out to Tubby TV. I met Big Beats at that show, got talking to Tubby about it. I put on a show where DJ Big Beats was my grime DJ for the evening, and after that event we were talking. I can't remember how we got talking about Dope Ammo, but he was talking to me about Dope Ammo, and then funnily enough, Dope Ammo put out a post looking for a videographer in Bristol at Clock Factory, and Dig Beats tagged me. I then went to go and work for Dope Ammo, and the rest is history, man. That event at Clock Factory was mad that day. Like, I worked with Dope Ammo, and I worked with 4am crew.
This is how it feels. It's a new day, it's a new time, it's a new sound for you. And we're feeling
So from there, I started running around the country with Dope Ammo a little bit. So he had a thing called the Together album, and so we went on the Together album tour. So it was like me, Jasmine Knight, NICKY BLACK MARKET, Rat Pack, DJ Rap, obviously Dope Ammo himself, ZEN LEWIS, and just loads of others, man. It was literally just it was crazy. That tour was mental. We did, from what I can remember, we did Reading and Milton Keynes, and there was another city we did, but it escapes me. But we did like 3 different cities. I went on tour with them. I also went to Boomtown with Dope Ammo. What a guy taking me to Boomtown, man. I really appreciate that one. And also the Ministry of Sound event. Oh man, like getting to film a Ministry of Sound, I didn't even think that would ever be possible. And even if I'd ever get to do it again, like, we did that in it. Like, we went out and we had a laugh with it. Me and the Cheeky Winders went there. They enjoyed the rave, and I was on stage with like Benny Page and DJ Rap and Dope Ammo. Man, what an experience. I'll play you some of the videos now, like some of these clips of what I was doing, running around with Dope Ammo for a little bit. But I just want to say a big shout out to Dope Ammo and all the crew I was hanging around with back then, man. I miss you guys.
we're in this together.
So from there, what else that? So started hanging around. Well, I say hanging around. I've known this guy for ages, but I started hanging around with a guy called Drax MC in Peterborough, and I started going to events with him. So I've worked a couple of events called Under, which is like a massive rave under like a motorway bridge. It's insanity. It really is an insane event. Big up the whole crew that are involved in that one. I'll play you a couple of videos from that now, but this is what I did from Dope Ammo. I went over to Peterborough to go and work with Drax for a little while in these raves, in the under raves. And dude, what an experience. What a crazy experience. Check this out, man.
Amazing! Who's ready? Listen! Go! This is the ovation classical. To the message international. It's actually classical. The muscle pose is radical. God is not an animal. The MP like an animal. But the man like an animal. Get it, it's understandable. So this is my notion to the man. Yo, let me see the signal, let me see the sign. Listen up. Yo, let's ride. Stand up. Let's ride. Beat the mother up and listen. the mind. You're thinking of feelings that you've been holding deep inside. What? Is it this moment that you shot to realize in the life we only live in because you're reaching for the sky?
You see when this one comes in, man, some twist. You with the back, I want to see some twist on this one. Anybody have the song? What's going on? You see when this one comes to a song now, it's the right time, yeah? Come on, it's the right shot. Hands in the air, hands in the air, come on, let's do it. Is that yours?
Everybody shouts it as a killer. Shorty got that milk, she got me tasting like vanilla. Looking around the world and you won't find nobody ella. I know what you want, baby, I'ma do it. Get it, get it, get it. Shorty, now you hear this as I want it. Jumpy body, G said it's the speed, it's when we boring. Don't know where you walking when you drop it on the floor. I'ma hit it one time, leave it be 99. Miss Basti, 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 murder. Got best believe what you heard. Coming on, we coming back up with the word. Miss Basti, 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 murder. Got best believe what you heard. Coming on, we coming back up with the word. Miss Basti, 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 murder, 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 Miss Basti, 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 murder.
I tell you what, when it comes to crowds, that's probably one of the better crowds to get to work in front of. I'll say that 100%. And like guys like Lyndon D and Instant and Drax, like really great guys to hang around with backstage, and they're good friends of mine. I love all of them. And thank you guys for involving me in those couple of unders that you involved me in. I do really appreciate it, especially the year I got to film on stage for Drax. That was some cool shit, man, with Treader and Drax, and oh, it's just awesome, man. I really appreciate being allowed to do that. So yeah, man, that's what happened after Dope Hammer. We went to go around with Drax and Peterborough for a little while, filming those raves, and then it's just been like running around the country, filming all sorts of stuff, from family fun days to like monster truck stuff and like sporting events and stuff like that. I didn't film anything raving again for a little while, and then I came across a thing called Bounce Elements, and I was invited out to a seaside town called Scarborough. Now Scarborough is miles away from it. It really is. Altogether 11 hours there, 11 hours back on coaches. Boy, but it was worth it because this was the first time I got to work within hardcore, which was great for me, and I really enjoyed it. I don't remember a lot about it right now because it was a very long time ago, but all I do remember is the people are awesome. I've still linked to a lot of people from there that I chat to, and they're still like my rave friends out there. I would like to get back out to Scarborough and film some stuff back up there if anyone's listening, but yeah, it's a cool place, man. Like Scarborough's different, but 11 hours there, 11 hours back. All for this video as well. Check it out. I hope it feels like it was worth it, but let me know what you think.
There's a bullet in the dark. There's a fire in your heart. You will move all mountains that stand in the path. Till the end of all time, I'll be by your side. Always dream that I'm yours and I'll dream you're mine.
So this is where things start getting a little bit more exciting. So I ended up in a place called Melksham, living with my girlfriend at the time, not with her anymore, but that doesn't really matter. And I happened to come across a post by Chris Freeman. It was an advert for the Kevin and Perry event that he was putting on at Club Venom in Westbury. And so I've always been a Kevin and Perry fan ever since it came out when I was young, man. That was a wicked film, and I used to love it on Harry Enfield and Friends. It was one of my favourite series, and it was something that I was really into. So getting a chance to film the impersonators, and I enjoyed that show. That was what I really wanted to do. So I hit up the brand. I started talking to Chris, and before I knew it, I was booked for the Kevin and Perry event at Venom, man. And that was special to me, and it's still one of my favourite events that I ever did. Check out a couple of the videos, and we'll keep chatting. So from there, I've worked the 2024 and the 2025 Adrenaline Stompers shows. I'm now due to work the 2026 one next month. That's crazy, like 3 different festivals by the Adrenaline Stompers team, and the first one was crazy. The second one was insane. I've got to work the Social Rave event recently as well, that was nuts. That's probably my best rave video of all time. In fact, I'm probably going to say that is my biggest video when it comes to videography inside a rave, and how the lights hit and lasers and all that kind of stuff, and catching emotions and all that. Let's check out a couple of these videos. So this video here is from the 2024 Adrenaline Stompers event that I filmed. Check this out. This is history right here.
your soul, but I just can't justify your love. It hurts to see you walk away, and I'd like to ask you back to stay, to hold you in my arms just one more time. Another day has passed me by, our shattered dreams, a distant cry, and a feeling that I've lost my world to you. For 1,000 years here I can stand, your precious stone held in my hand, but I just can't justify your love.
So yeah, man, that's how I kind of made a name for myself within hardcore when I started filming the Adrenaline Stompers Festival there in Westbury. This next video is also from that festival. Check out the 2025 highlight video. This is one of 3 highlight videos that I made. Check out.
We're floating on a cloud of love. With you I just can't get enough. I see the light.
Right, and then from there, I have to take a quick pause from Adrenaline Stompers because I start getting booked in other places. I think this is when we started linking up with Wayne from High Energy, and we started filming the High Energy raves. That was like my highlight gig. I'd always look forward to doing that one. I get to stay away in a nice Airbnb, enjoy a really good rave on the seaside, catch up with my mates. I really enjoyed going down to the south coast and working events like that. That was kind of a highlight, to go and work things like that with Wayne. Big up Wayne every time, man. Check out the most recent one from High Energy. This is my favourite video of the year, actually.
'Cause all I wanna do is dance with you, and all I wanna do is dance with you in my arms, and all I wanna do is dance with you. Oh, and all I wanna do is dance with you in my arms. Push away this overpowering feeling. Don't wanna be too tired to hold you. 'Cause all I wanna do is dance with you, and all I wanna do is dance with you in my arms, and all I wanna do is dance with you. Oh, and all I wanna do is dance with you in my arms.
Now I thought about it, so just before I went down to things like Rave on the PR, I already started working on the south coast. So I'd been to Let's Get Destroyed, working with guys like Gary Lane and JJ Stevens there, big up lads, SMC Destroyer and Technical Difficulties. From there I worked with the South Coast Ravers, which was January of this year. Really enjoyed working with the South Coast Ravers. Alright, so this was like my first big booking down in Winchester, up here in the South Coast. With a group called Depth Charge. A really cool event, actually. Really enjoyed that. Kind of a mix of vinyls and CDJs and just a big hardcore rave, man. And I really enjoyed that. There was Rachel Baker there. Slipmat was headlining, and my boy Reflex was playing. There's a bunch of others as well. I'm not very good with names, but it was a wicked event. Check out this video, man.
Make a move in my direction. making dreams reality.
See, I've done a little bit on the South Coast. I enjoy going down there, and I hope to get some more bookings down there pretty soon. Let's hope so anyway, because I do enjoy visiting down there, and they are good people, and it is a different kind of energy down on the South Coast when it comes to raving. That's somewhere I like to go and rave, just because the energy is different down there. And I fully recommend anybody heading down to like Southampton or anywhere like that for a rave, especially you see people like Joe Lammer involved, or Millie Garrett, or Ronnie Garrett, or Kayleen Scar, any of these people. Like, it's guaranteed to be a good one. So if you ever get a chance to go down the South Coast, I definitely would recommend going down the South Coast for a good rave, man, because they do throw a good party down the South Coast. I think it was late February, early March when we went to Freedom for Dance in Fareham. That was a wicked event put on by Justin Bereford there, man, the DJ D-Light. We met in Winchester, and I ended up hooking up with him, and that's why I ended up getting booked for his event. So that's wicked, that, man, and thank you, Justin, for getting me involved in that, because I really did enjoy that. It was like a vinyl only night, if I remember correctly, vinyl DJs only, and that was crazy, man. DJ Vibes is involved. Obviously D-Light was playing. A bunch of like proper legends are involved in that lineup. The posters just behind me up there, and just, oh man, what an event, man. Like, Justin needs to do more of them, because he understands how to create a vibe that everyone's gonna party, you know what I mean? I really did. I partied my ass off on that one. That was one of my favourite ones that I've done of all time. That was one of my favourite ones, not just this year, but in my raving history. That is one of my favourites, 100%.
And
this one was quite a big deal for me because this is run by one of my favourite female DJs, quite possibly the greatest final DJ of all time, Miss Special K. 20 years of hardcore at the Totally Hardcore event, and I had to film that. When you look at the lineup from that event, it was nuts. Not only is Hixie involved in it and Slipmatt's involved in it, but you had certified legends like Jenna was there, DJ Force was there, like just an insanity lineup. Again, I'm not very good remembering names, but I just remember the lineup being insane, and even Room 2 had an insane lineup. It was nuts. What a crazy event. But I fully enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. And this, I dubbed this at the time my best rave video of all time. So I'm going to play it for you now, and hopefully you agree with me as why this is the greatest rave video that I've ever made. Yeah, check out.
It was 20 years ago now. A lot has changed over these times. Things are different now. And hardcore perhaps has to eat some tops and it's eat some bottoms. But the beautiful thing is, if you have a look around, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter where you come from. At Totally Hardcore, it means one love, one unity. Please say happy birthday on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, life is bigger. It's bigger than you, and you are not me. The lengths that I would go to, the distance in your eyes. Oh no, I've said too much. I set it up. Oh, life.
To none. He was the longest standing Totally Hardcore resident since day he was there. For those that might remember, at Castro's originally, he came on this journey right up until not very long ago, but unfortunately he can't be here tonight. So guys, do me a favour, make some noise for the one and only MC Angel.
Of every waking hour, I'm choosing my confessions, trying to keep an eye on you, like a hurt, lost and blinded fool. Oh no, I've said too much. I set it up. Consider this, hint of the century. Consider this, the slip that brought me to my knees failed. What if all these fantasies come flailing around? Now I've said too much. I thought that I heard you laughing, I thought that I heard you sing. I think I thought I saw you try. I thought that I heard you laughing, I thought that I heard you sing. I think I thought I saw you try. But that was just a dream. That was just a dream. But that was just a dream. That was just a dream. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spot.
that's an important one. That's an important one, and I'm really happy with it and how it turned out and the reaction it got and had everyone talking. Yeah, it's one of my greatest videos. Alright, so we fast forward a little bit now to Soldiers of the Rave, which is that yellow poster on the wall over there. Club Filler, Freeman, Special K, Andy Demise, Shuts, just an endless list of people. Emma Bizzle, OCD, Chewy, like the official first play of the Adrenaline Stompers anthem. Outburst as well, like big up Outburst, man. But yeah, just a crazy one. That there is my favorite event of this year, and oh man, what an event! Not only was the vibe great, I got to see a lot of my friends I don't see very often, and if you watch this video now, right, the visuals that I caught at this event are mind blowing, and just especially the laser shots in it and stuff like that. Yeah, this had everybody talking, and like this went viral. Everybody was sharing this. Like, I haven't had a reaction this big about a video ever. This right here is the one.
As one family, we move together. Hands up high, we brave the weather. Many talk about us, still say our name. We light the field like a wild flame. Every heartbeat hits the same mark. We're the loud ones shining in the dark. Adrenaline stompers, that is who we are. Unity of voices, singing on the same star. Feel the ground shaking.
Right, so moving on to the last two videos from this year, and this is what we're up to on my rave history. So there's a brand new brand called Hardstyle Moguls, which I linked up with by mistake. Their flyer, but again, one of their flyers just happened to be online when I was scrolling. I messaged them before I knew I was booked for the event. Got to work with Gamma there, got to work with Hang the DJs, D Wills, just a bunch of different hardstyle DJs, and Fergs was hosting the entire event. Getting to work with Gamma was big for me because Gamma See the Light was always my favourite version of it, so that was big for me to get to meet him and also get to hand him a Rave Monkey magazine. That was something that was important to me. Everyone who played that night got a magazine, including the promoter, so I hope the guys got to read it, I hope they got to enjoy it. Yeah, that was a big night for me. I really enjoyed hardstyle. I've become a bit of a hardstyle fan recently as well, so from watching D Wills and Millie Garrett and a couple of other DJs, so I'm becoming quite a bit of a fan of hardstyle, and to have a hardstyle night, I think you need that kind of thing. I think you can't just do happy hardcore and UK hardcore and multi-genres. You need some just focused evenings, and for hardstyle fans that was perfect, and it was quite a busy night. Wasn't loads of people there, but there was a good group of people there, and they absolutely loved it. I can see why, and I definitely go to more hardstyle events like that. So check out Hardstyle Moguls, man. This is the after movie from the last event.
From the dust we rise. We are the moguls of hardstyle.
Alright, so that takes us up to the final rave video of this podcast, but also the most recent one that I filmed. So we went to Taunton recently to go and film for a group called Area 61. Now this was a great rave, man. I really enjoyed this rave. It was quite busy. The reactions from the crowd were really great. A lot of them played up to the camera really, really well, and just the artists and the lighting just worked. It just looked great on camera, and I think that Ruben and his team that are working together to put this stuff together are doing such a great job, and I really hope to work more and more of these events every year. There's another one in November I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I just think it's wicked. Check out the video from Area 61. I hope you enjoy it. There is one I forgot.
I will come running. I will come running. I will come running, running every night. You say you want me, I will make it right. I will come running, all you ever need. Our love is dawning. Look outside, I'll be there tonight. Our love is dawning. Look outside, I'll be there tonight. I'll be there.
come running, running every night. You say you want me, I will make it right. I will come running, all you ever need. Our love is dawning, look outside, I'll be there tonight. Our love is dawning, look outside, I'll be there tonight. I'll be there
Let's move on to something that I think is fucking awesome. This is the official first issue Rave Monkey magazine. Proud to have this. Gonna need to get my boy Chris to sign this for me at some point. But I'm gonna get the entire collection of this. So please bear with me if the audio is a bit different because you can't hear me properly because I'm now holding the Rave Monkey magazine rather than holding the microphone to my mouth. So first of all, first thing I'd like to say is the design. Really impressed with the graphics on here and how professional, how sleek it looks, and how good the quality of the pages are. This isn't just like a typical cheap paper magazine. This is a proper glossy, nice magazine. This is so well put together, and I think Chris will be very proud of it, and Sophie as well. Sorry, big up Sophie. So when you open up, straight off, Adrenaline's numbers. Of course, Chris is getting on the promos on the back as well. Chris, very smart guy, understands to get promo in the right places and get eyes on this stuff. So you open up and you start with the Rave Monkey story. I'm not gonna read through the whole thing, but I'm just gonna take you through the magazine. And really cool look to this, really cool layout. I think it's really well done. Like Chris and Sophie really have done a great job here. I don't know who designs what and who prints what and all this kind of stuff. I just know that it's their project. I guess like a family project. This is really cool. I didn't even know there was a podcast down called this. I'm gonna check this out. Hardcore Will Never Die podcast. That's one of my favourite parts of this magazine. Getting to read this one was actually a lot of fun because I didn't know there wasn't a podcast out and about, and kind of what inspired me to start mine. So it's awesome, man. Also, you got your top 5 tracks there. Like this reminds me, right, of like an old entertainment magazine, something like MTV would put out. Or like back in the day, people used to have these little magazines, didn't it? All these music brands had different magazines like Kerrang, and you had like a hip hop magazine and all these bits and pieces, man. Like, so you got the Raven Eye magazine there. I never actually got to read any of them, but again, magazines, and it was just a big thing back in the day. It's not something you see every day now, and if you are having magazines nowadays, you've got to pay out the backside for them. The fact that this is free, right? You got all these double spread interviews and advertisements, and like, it's even got equipment reviews in here. It's got event reviews in here, like proper rave reviews from ravers who went to the raves, well, from guys like Dave Trickett, it's like Sherry Baker reviewing events, and that's awesome. You're actually getting people from the raves doing rave reviews and putting it into the magazine and putting it back in front of them and giving them something to make them feel special. Like, I love Dave Trickett. Everyone knows Dave Trickett. Everyone's raving hero. Like, yeah, man, look, just an epic guy, man. But this is such an epic magazine. Looking at it's got the that was quite recently, the HTE thing, the Hard Trance Europe story. That's awesome to have in here. Like, you definitely need more people like Chris Schutz and Sophie putting on things like this and showing us all like what's going on within the rave scene, because a lot of the rave scene is disconnected because people can't afford to run around the country these days, so like people are missing out on a lot of stuff, probably don't know a lot of events are going on, and these things here are essential. Yeah, I honestly think for two ravers to put in the effort to put in something like this and create a magazine like this and come out with stories like when HTID came back, like, and to put it out for free, they're only putting this out via postage. You don't even have to pay for this. Like, they're handing out free at all these raves and all this kind of stuff. Like, this is one of the best projects I've seen come out of any scene, like hip hop, raves, hardcore, drum bass, or whatever. Like, need way more of this, and I hope to see more and more publications giving these things an opportunity. And I'm proud to say that I'm going to be in the second issue, which is coming out early July. I believe the print is going in 2 weeks' time, something like that, Chris told me. So I've had an interview in there, and I've got a couple of reviews that are going in there as well. And hopefully you'll see a bunch of my pictures from the events in there as well. So it's going to be awesome, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And yeah, man, the fact that I've got a review for Soldiers of the Rave 7, that's huge for me. And I really appreciate the opportunity to review an event like that and be part of something so special. So yeah, man, check out Rave Monkey as soon as you get an opportunity to. From July onwards, I'll have a box of issue 2, and I'll be handing them out across raves and to a bunch of different people. So come and see me, and I'll hook you up, especially if you're in Bristol. So Rave Monkey, for the ravers, by the ravers. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Hope you've enjoyed this podcast so far. Apologies if it's not the most entertaining or the most professional looking, but yeah, everyone's got to start somewhere, innit? So I'm going to let this video play out on my top 5 sets that I filmed so far this year. This is just personal opinion, you may disagree, but these are 5 of my favourite sets that I have filmed in 2026, and then we're going to let the video play out. So thank you very much for tuning into this. My name is Will.W, aka Mr. Street Heat. This is Rave Heat, and we're out. Enjoy the top 5 sets of 2026 so far.
Come on, where's the noise inside? Stop it! Where's the noise? Ah, yes! Where's the whistling posse? Where's the fucking horn? Right now. Right, where's the noise of the guys inside? Yeah, that's right, where's the noise of the natives inside? Oh my God! guys? Ready for the MFB and get your hands up? Up or not?
His unsuspecting parents are on holiday.
Yes, buddy, I see ya. Yes, I baby. Let's get low. Ready, baby? Who's ready? Come on, baby, go! Now to lose control. Baby, now we fucking go. Mix it up, yeah. Well, we're getting stuff in every fucking hero.
To ask is, what were you thinking?
What was I thinking? I don't know. I just let the mic and let it go. Oh, for lose control. Friends, let me know. Back people stop. All my days is ready to rave. Dance floor, please show me what you can do. Here we fucking go. Everything, come on.
street heat did what?
What the fuck is rave heat?
Put in the work, but they never knew it. They only see what we let them view. Never could lose, they can never do it. Look what they do when you let them do it. Nah, fever, I'm dripping with sweat. You could've dripped on my step. I left the room in a mess. I let you cool with the rest. Think you could deal with the stress? Think you can move with the best? I've been a student, but test me and I'ma take you to school. Where are you? Tryna find us in the middle of the booth. I've been getting sick of being in the booth. Put me on the stage so I can take it to the moon. Baby, if I aim, I won't miss. Make me wanna stay, I won't dip. Maybe if I make one more hit, you can catch a glimpse. Rave heat in this motherfucker. 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 Rave heat taking over the game. We got the visionary wheels, vision scary. Take the whole world and leave the rest. Take the whole world and leave the rest. Rave heat taking over the game. We got the visionary wheels, vision scary. Take the whole world and leave the rest. Take the whole world and leave the rest. Rave heat. Rave heat.